right, my friends, we have got a new post from Crumb regarding Territory Wars, and I gotta say, these changes look fun and playful for the next Territory Wars. Bravo, Capital Games. Credit is due. I do have some reservations about the post, and I will get to that, but by and large, I'm really excited about what is coming. What this really comes down to, I'm just gonna sum it up very simply. If we need to shake up Territory Wars, much better to add something to what we have to work with rather than subtract. Working towards something and then having that unusable is very frustrating. I think community sentiment is pretty in line with what my feelings are on that issue, but I digress. I've explained this multiple times. That said, let's read this because I am a bit concerned about part of this. So, Crumb says, Territory Wars are something we will continue to experiment with and change over time, while picks and bans may return. I really hope that they don't return, my friends. And I think community sentiment is the same. But okay, let's try to get past that little blip on this positive post, okay? We would love to hear more feedback on what you would like to see in future Territory Wars events. After the current community voted Territory Wars is complete, we will be running special bonuses for the next Territory Wars on 1/17. Check the details below. Okay, so here's the factions that are getting buffed. I think this is awesome. We're going to buff Imperial Troopers. We're going to buff Clone Troopers. I love that. And while we're at it, can we get the clones a rework? Who cares about Grievous? We need a rework for clones, Capital Games. Why are the clones bad? Ewoks are also going to have a buff. Jawas and full-blown assaults, the First Order ships will have a buff. So, let me give you my thoughts on these. I'm sure by now some of you guys have had a chance to read this, so I want to talk about how I feel like it will impact things. So, for Imperial Troopers, at the start of the battle, Imperial Troopers are going to gain a stack of a new buff called Endless Racks, 5 stacks. When an enemy is defeated, all Imperial Troopers gain 1 stack of Endless Ranks up to 10 stacks. And what Endless Ranks is, check this out. I love this name, by the way. Endless Ranks for Troopers, it makes sense. While an Imperial Trooper is defeated, they consume 1 stack of Endless Ranks from all Imperial Trooper allies. Revive with 100% health and 100% protection, reset all their cooldowns, and gain a bonus turn. Whoa! Okay. Fun. This is fun. So, Troopers, what is the biggest problem with Troopers? They are glass cannons, right? If you don't start a battle off just right with your Troopers, they will die, and they will die fast. And I can speak of this from personal experience because my Troopers tend to die. So I am really excited about this. We've got a Revan-like revive in there. We're going to be able to reset cooldowns, gain bonus turns. Love seeing this. I think that's going to make Troopers a little bit more viable, and it's not shaking things up. We're going to be able to use what we worked towards. Love it. Next, we got Clone Troopers, Army of the Galactic Republic. At the start of the battle, Clone Troopers gain 50% health, 50% protection, 50% offense, 50% defense for each Clone Trooper ally. Dust off your Clone Troopers, my friends. Clone Troopers gain 100% critical chance and 100% critical damage while they have no buffs. When they attack outside of turn, Clone Troopers dispel all debuffs from other Clone Trooper allies, dispel all buffs on target enemy, and gain 20% turn meter. This to me, all of that offense, health, protection, defense, and it's for each Clone Trooper ally. Clones are going to become juggernauts in this thing. But my best recommendation with clones, I think Imperial Troopers, that's pretty simple to understand. I think you'll be able to use Imperial Troopers where you use them now. Clone Troopers, it's going to be a bit risky. Do you want to take them against a really powerful team or not? I'd almost say put them on defense. Put them on defense and let the other guild figure it out. That to me seems like a lot to handle, and I'm not sure how I'd even approach attacking that team. So I think from a strategy standpoint, muster in your guys who've got the clones, put them on defense and let the enemy figure them out, kind of like a lot of people did with Mace. All right, Ewoks, you're getting the buff. Fury of the Forest. This is very simple. All Ewok allies, or Ewoks, have a cooldown of 0 on all abilities. Wow. You're going to be able to use every single ability every single time. So basically, you're never going to basic, except for on assisting. That's amazing. All right. Except, well, I guess Ewok Elder, you probably want to basic because of the turn meter game, but interesting. All right. fun and playful. And then we've got Jawas. This is going to be called Ruthless Salvagers. Jawas have 50% chance to stun the target enemy when they use an ability, which can't be evaded. Interesting. So the can't be evaded part is what makes that very usable. Jawas gain 20% offense for each stunned enemy. While Jawas attack a stunned enemy, they shock them for 2 turns and call all other Jawa allies to assist. Note, Jawas that are called to assist can call other Jawas for further assist. So that's going to be a lot of assisting. That's going to be a lot of offense and a lot of stunning. Now, how viable will that make the Jawas? This is the one where I can definitely see this being very usable, but how usable? Which meta teams are going to be able to take this against? I'm not 100% sure, but very interesting. And then finally, we've got the ship buff, and this is First Order Ally. It's called Full Blown Assault. First Order Allies gain advantage for 2 turns at the start of the battle whenever they are inflicted with a debuff, so lots of critical hits. If they have advantage when they use an ability, First Order Allies recover 10% health and 10% protection and inflict a target lock on the enemy for 2 turns. This to me is good. It's not great. I don't see this being just completely overpowered. I mean, especially next to like what the clones are getting or what the troopers are getting. But that said, definitely going to want to give a second look at your First Order ships for the next Territory Wars. So, in summary, Capital Games, I am really happy about these changes. This kind of buffing to the characters makes Territory Wars interesting. I think it makes it fun and playful. There's a lot in here that I'm just so curious how it's going to play out, and it doesn't require a ton of re-strategizing. I do think this will require a little bit of going back to the drawing board, but with the last Territory Wars, going through, I feel bad for my poor guild leaders who had to go through and figure out the best teams that were still available with this jigsaw puzzle of 20 characters taken out of the match. And you had these characters. I mean, me, I had nest. My nest was finally ready. I was finally ready to take my nest into Territory Wars. Not able to use it. Super frustrating. There are so many frustrating components of the ban that it just really sucked the fun out of it for me. But this, to me, is adding to the experience. It's making it more fun. Again, I'm a purist. I'd probably rather, if I'm honest, I'd probably rather stick with just the straight Territory Wars every time, but because we are shaking it up, this is the right way to do it in my opinion, and I'm really excited to see how it plays out. So, what do you guys think about these buffs, and how are you going to use them in your upcoming Territory Wars? Maybe don't share all your secrets. My biggest advice is put some of these guys on defense. My biggest concern with all of these is going to be, so okay, my clone troopers look buffed now. They look awesome. But what can they really handle in the meta? It's hard to do that without testing. So make your opponent test it. Give them a chance to screw it up and go from there. I think that would be a good way to use the clone troopers. Jawas might be better for cleanup, more towards the back wall. I'm not sure if I'd feel as comfortable putting Jawas on defense. And Ewoks, there are uses already for Ewoks, and so for Ewoks and for Imperial Troopers, I would probably recommend using your Ewoks and your Troopers where you normally do. You'd just be a little bit more confident going into that battle with no cooldowns for the Ewoks, and then for the Troopers, you've got that additional added survivability, revive, cooldown reset, etc. Thanks again for joining me for the video, my friends. If you did like the video, go ahead, leave it a like, and say some stuff in the comments below. If you haven't commented ever in my videos, I challenge you to do so right now. Say hello, and if it's your first comment ever, I will give that comment a love, my friends. I promise. Here I am begging for comments. I don't know why I'm doing that, but either way, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I love covering this game. It's fun. It's fun going through this journey with you guys, and I'm really excited to see what we have going on with Territory Wars next. Thanks again for joining me, my friends, and as always, my brothers and sisters, don't forget
my dead body. Sorry about the mess.